What's up, Mean Vibes family? Dizzy today, we're diving into the raw and unfiltered truth from none other than Jennifer Lopez herself. In a brand new September 2025 interview, J.Lo shook the world by saying her divorce from Ben Affleck was the best thing that ever happened to me. Bold words, right? But when you hear her reasoning, it's not about bitterness, it's about growth, transformation, and reclaiming her own narrative. So let's unpack this love story, the heartbreak, and the powerful lessons behind it all. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the biggest stories shaking Hollywood. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, affectionately known to fans as Bennifer, were once Hollywood's golden couple. Their story had that movie-like second chance romance. They first dated back in the early 2000s, called off an engagement in 2004, then, nearly 2 decades later, rekindled the flame in 2021. By 2022, they were married, and the world couldn't stop talking about it. But by January 2025, that fairy tale ended with divorce papers. For most people, that would be the headline, another failed celebrity marriage. But for J.Lo, the split wasn't the end of her story, it was the spark for a new chapter. In her sit-down with CBS Sunday Morning's Lee Cowan, Lopez dropped some of her most honest reflections yet. She admitted that the divorce forced her into a kind of self-discovery she didn't even know she needed. She said, "The split helped me grow in a way that I needed to grow. I'm more self-aware. I'm a different person now than I was last year, a year and a half ago." Those are not the words of someone stuck in the past, they're the words of someone looking forward, stronger than before. She even called the summer of 2025, probably the best summer I've ever had, claiming that for the first time in years, she was able to enjoy life more fully. It's almost poetic, how the hardest break can sometimes lead to the deepest joy. But don't think it was all smooth sailing. Lopez admitted the divorce came with serious struggles. She was filming Kiss of the Spider-Woman during the separation, a movie Ben Affleck himself produced. Imagine showing up to work every day, acting your heart out, while the man behind the camera is also the man breaking your heart. She described that season as the best and the worst of times. On set, she was thriving creatively, but at home, she was in pieces. Still, she gave Affleck credit where it was due, acknowledging that without him, the film might not have happened. That's maturity. That's grace. It's easy to slam an ex after a breakup, but Lopez chose to highlight the good even as she walked away. Let's zoom out. This isn't J.Lo's first public heartbreak. Remember Mark Anthony or Alex Rodriguez. Each time, Lopez has bounced back, not by pretending it didn't hurt, but by reinventing herself. What makes this divorce stand out is how openly she framed it as a lesson rather than a loss. She said, "The hard times are the lessons, and you have to understand that. Without the divorce, I wouldn't have learned this lesson. This is the kind of mindset that turns pain into power." And honestly, it's why Jennifer Lopez remains relevant decade after decade. Music, movies, businesses, yes. But also resilience. She's not just selling entertainment, she's modeling survival. The reaction online has been huge. Some fans applauded her honesty, saying they respect how she chose growth over resentment. Others couldn't help but side-eye the timing, wondering if Lopez's bold statements were also a subtle dig at Affleck, who's been keeping a much lower profile since the split. Still, the consensus is clear. People are inspired. The idea that a painful ending can lead to a beautiful new beginning is something almost everyone can relate to. And let's be real, who hasn't looked back on a breakup and realized it was the best thing that could have happened? So what do we learn from all this? Jennifer Lopez's story is a reminder that heartbreak doesn't have to define us. Sometimes, it's the catalyst that pushes us into the next version of ourselves. Think about it. How many of us hold on to relationships because we're scared of the unknown? Lopez is proof that letting go, no matter how messy, can actually unlock freedom, peace, and even joy. If J.Lo can come out of one of the most public divorces in Hollywood and say it gave her the best summer of her life, what excuse do the rest of us have? So what do you think, Mean Vibes fam? Was Jennifer Lopez right? Was her divorce from Ben Affleck really the best thing that ever happened to her? Or do you think she's just putting a positive spin on heartbreak? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I wanna hear your take. If you felt inspired by this story, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives into the biggest headlines shaping celebrity life, love, and lessons. Because here at Mene Vibes, we don't just cover the news, we uncover the meaning behind it. Dizzy. Until next time, stay strong, stay growing, and remember, sometimes the ending is the beginning you've been waiting for.